doubted an escape room could compete with that. Besides, you can't back out now, even if you wanted to, Rita said. I already pre-registered us for it. Lewis has to put a lot of work into this, and I, for one, don't want to make it more difficult for him. The door opened and 2 more people entered. The couple appeared to be in their mid-20s and in the cute and cuddly stage of their relationship. The woman leaned on the man's arm, giggling and staring at everything with wide-eyed wonder. The man was smiling, though I could tell he wasn't comfortable with her hanging on to him like that. Some men just didn't know how to show their feelings, especially in a room full of strangers. The 2 newcomers walked right past Rita and me, and past a man who stood against the wall, tapping his foot. He wore an ugly red, green, and gold sweater, which would have been right at home in an ugly sweater contest. His eyes found mine, narrowed briefly, before he turned away. Nearby, 2 men stood by one of those electric heaters that was made to look like a real fireplace. They were both wearing suits, which I found odd at a place like this. The thinner of the 2 men wore sneakers, while the bigger guy wore polished dress shoes, which clashed with the decor of the place. He looked as if he'd come straight from a business meeting. The door next to them opened, and a man strode through. He was tall, and was dressed in a way that I could only describe as a Christmassy butler. His hair was combed back from a face full of harsh lines, and was tucked beneath a green Santa hat. His suit was likewise green, with red lining, and his shoes were a matching scarlet. He scanned the group, and then his eyes suddenly hardened. The scowl that found his face was enough to dispel any notion that he was enjoying the holidays. He took an angry stride forward, jaw so clenched I was afraid his teeth might shatter. "Lewis, my friend!" The foot-tapping man pushed away from the wall and came to a stop in front of the scowling man. Lewis, apparently. "I think we're nearly all here," Rita said. "Lewis only appears once everyone's arrived. He doesn't like people all that much, if you can believe it." With how hard he was glaring at the man jabbering at him, I most definitely could. Rita glanced around the room. "I think we're waiting for one more. The limit's 8 for this room, I believe, and he wouldn't accept anything less. It would ruin the whole event if someone weren't to show." She tisked. "What will he do if we're short?" I asked. Rita's eyes widened, like she couldn't believe anyone would dare risk it. "Well, I don't know. I expect he might postpone until we find someone to fill in." I groaned just a little inside, but was relieved of my worry when a door at the opposite end of the room opened and a plump older woman in a white sweater slipped out. She saw the rest of us looking her way, and she winced. "You!" Lewis shouted, jabbing a finger her way. He took 2 quick, angry strides away from the foot-tapping man. "What are you doing?" "I was just looking," the woman said, gaze bouncing around the room, as if she was too embarrassed to meet anyone's eye. "No one else was here, and I thought—" "That is a violation to the rules." Lewis's face turned a bright shade of red as he cut her off. "I should disqualify you and cancel the whole thing." "What? For taking a peek?" The woman pressed a hand to her chest. "There was no harm in it. I didn't look at anything, just at the room to see how it was laid out." "It's against the rules. You accepted them when you signed up, or did you not bother to read the form?" "There was a form?" I whispered to Rita, who gave me a sharp glare. Lewis stared hard at the woman before he huffed. "Fine. I'll let it slide this time, but one more infraction and I'm calling it off." The woman nodded, her face a deep scarlet as she edged away from the now closed, and apparently off-limits, door. "Welcome, everyone, to this year's Christmas escape room," Lewis said, his voice adopting a more cheerful tone as he raised it to address us all. "I am your host, your guide, Lewis Coates,